What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, I know I said I'd be doing a Showdown Saturday with my friends, but I'm going to be a little bit more relaxed today. I'm going to bring you a story. Maybe we'll call it Story Time Saturday instead. And I'm going to bring you a story that was pretty close, and I'm going to improvise some names because just for safety reasons. So, last year I was really close to my friends, and beginning of the year, and we were hanging out every day. I thought that this was going to be my life. I saw him every day. We were hanging out every day. We were having fun. Nothing was going wrong. That's kind of how you think when you're a teenager. And then, of course, like every other teenage, you meet a girl. And so, we started dating. And there was nothing wrong. I didn't think anything would go wrong. And so what I ended up doing was, I'm not gonna say her name, but one day, Rebecca texted me. She said, "This is done. I can't do this anymore. We're done." So of course, I'm a little bit shocked. I don't know what's going on. She said, "Just leave me be." So that's what I did. And it was at the beginning of school, so I just went home every day. It was rough. School, of course, was rough. I couldn't really focus, and everything was kind of going wrong. My grades were slipping, of course. And as well, she said, "Leave me be." And I said, "I don't know if I need you or not. Text me in a month." So, of course, this is even worse. I'm building my entire life around this month. So, I'm thinking, oh, I just need to get through this month, which, of course, is the worst thing to do. So I kind of just went home, and, of course, I play video games because this is what this channel is about. And that's what I did. I went home, I played video games, I chilled out for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then she texted me and she said, because I couldn't help myself. Actually, she didn't text me. I texted her and I said, "Why did you just break it off? I can't help it. I can't sleep. What is going on?" And she said, "Well, that day I broke up with you, it turns out that I went to the doctor and it said that I had a tumor in my intestines," which completely blew me away, and I didn't know what to say. And I was like, "Are you going to die?" And she said, "Well, the doctor told me I had until January to live." So this is around October. And she said, "But they said that it's fine now." So I was completely confused, and I said, "Okay, as long as you're all right, it's fine." I said, "Can we be cool?" And she said, "No, we can't. I have to go." And she just left. So, of course, I'm still a little bit confused, and my grades are slipping even more, and I'm still waiting the month. So the month comes, and I text her and I say, "Can we be cool?" And she's like, "Listen, we can't be cool." So I'm like, "All right, what's going on?" And she's like, "Well, I'm not in love with you," which is what I figured, of course, because, it's been a month or so, and she broke up with me. And she says, "I'm not in love with you," and of course, I'm going to improvise names. She said, "I'm not in love with you. I'm in love with Jake." And I said, "Oh, like Jake Smith." And she, of course, I'm making up the names. And she says, "Yeah." And Jake Smith has been my friend since elementary school, my good friend since elementary school. So you can imagine what that does to you when you go home, when you go to school every day, 5 days a week, and you see her and you see Jake every day. Imagine what that does to you. So, of course, I go home, and I'm sad, and I'm not going to say that, but I always had anxiety, and I always had problems with that. So I went home, and, my anxiety was crazy. And one day, I knew that I wasn't okay. And so I told my mom, and I said, "Mom, I'm not okay." And she took me to the doctors, and, I filled out this little exam at the pediatricians, and you have to check off things, and I'm not going to say my score, but they came back, and they said, "You're depressed." And I have a history. My whole family has a history of depression, and they have been battling it, and they still are. So it became my sole mission to beat depression. That's what this video is about, is how you can do it as well. And you don't have to do this, but I went home and I read my Bible, which you don't have to do, of course, if you don't believe in that. But you want to make sure that you make yourself happy. You go home, you listen to happy music. Do not listen to sad music. Trust me. You want to go home. You want to surround yourself with friends. So that's what I did. I surrounded myself with my friends, and I was feeling a little bit better. And then my friend went to the hospital, which made it even worse. He went to the hospital. I'm not going to say why, of course, but he had to go to the hospital, and he had to stay there for a little bit. And so what I ended up, so I became worse, of course, because that's what it does to you. And I was feeling even worse, so I told my mom, I said, I'm not getting better. And I went to a therapist. Now, I know what that sounds like. It makes you sound like you're a crazy person. But I'm going to say that was probably one of the greatest decisions of my life. I went there, and nobody's mean to you. They're nothing but nice. Everyone there is completely nice. There's nothing quite like having an opinion that is unbiased. And that's what they are. They're very unbiased. And you can be honest with them. And that's what I did. And so I told them this whole crazy thing. And they said that, it's a lot. It was a crazy period of my life. And I went there every week. And I slowly got better. But as my friend came out of the hospital, and I was with my friends more, and I reading the Bible, becoming closer with my friends, and becoming closer with religion and things that make you happy, it made me better. And I went home and I played video games, of course, because it's a video game channel. It made me happy. You find your happy spot, and that's what you do. You go home and you do that. You don't focus on the sad things. You block it out. And, it slowly does get better. And I'm going to tell you that anything in life, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's so true. Is that when you go home and you say, I want to be an astronaut, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. Do you think that's what Neil Armstrong said? Probably not. But one day he said that I'm going to be an astronaut, and he did that. People in life all around the world do that. If you set your mind to it, you can do it. And that's what I did. I set my mind to it, and I did it. And I'm going to teach you how to do it, is that you just have to believe in yourself, which was the most important thing, was that I went home, and I knew that I could do it. I went home. I did not go to school and cry and try to go home every single day. It slowly got better. I saw them every single day. I saw those people that made me upset, and it slowly but surely got better. And, I was with my friends. My friends told me not to worry about it, and that's what I did. I became better. I became stronger from it, and I've definitely become a better person from it. Now, you need to find the thing that makes you happy, the thing that you want to do in life, and that will help you bring you away from any mental plague or physical plague that is on your body. It will help you fix that. You have to focus on the happy things in life, which I know during those periods of life, it is the most impossible thing to imagine, is that when you sit there and you go to sleep and you wake up and you feel that same pressure and that same feeling on your life and your body every single morning, it burns. And that's the last thing you can think of as happiness. But it slowly gets there. Maybe one night you watch a movie. Maybe one night you read a book that you really like. You don't have to go to school every single day, but it makes it better. You go to school, you see the people that make you happy. You avoid the people that bring you down. That's the most important thing in life, is that you avoid those people that bring you down in life, and you do the things that make you happy. And that's what I did. I went home, and I did the things that made me happy. I read books that I liked. I saw movies that I liked. I hung out with my friends every night, and I talked to them. And the most greatest day of my life was when I went to the therapist, and he told me, I think that you're all right. He said, without a doubt, I know that you're all right. And trust me, it's never going to go away. I feel it every day. I wake up and I feel it. I know it's back there in the back of my head. I can feel it. And it doesn't go away. Of course it doesn't go away. But you can suppress it. You can make it go down, which is the greatest thing ever. It's when you wake up and you don't feel that burning in your head or your heart or your mind or your soul. You don't feel that. You feel happiness, which is great. Everyone has something that makes them happy. That's what you got to do in life. You have to go. I know this sounds ridiculous coming from me, but I've been there. And I want to know that you're not alone. You can get help. You can stay with your friends. You can stay with anyone that makes you happy. That's the moral of the story, is to be happy. And that nobody in this world is going to put you down harder than life. Life is going to hit you so hard. I'm going to throw the quote on the screen right now, is that Nothing in life is going to hit you harder than life itself. It's going to beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. If you get up, that's how winning is done. And that's pretty much the moral of the story, is that when you get up from those things, you become stronger, you become a better person from it. It molds you into a better person. Trust me. And I can say that it was probably the hardest part of my life, but it made me a better person for it. And I love it for it. You know, you have to, it's like that old saying, you know, when you put the sword through the fire, you know, you forge it into something new. And that's what it did, you know. It took my broken heart, my broken body, and it took all that pain, and it made it into something better. I became happier. I became a better person. And trust me, it does not fix overnight. Trust me. It is a long, dark journey. But when you get there, there is nothing better. Now, if you guys like these stories, trust me, I have a lot more. I don't have to do them every Saturday. I can do them in a couple days. I'll, of course, put them over gameplay because it is a gaming channel. But if you guys like this story and you want more like it, make sure to leave a comment below, like this video, and subscribe. Now, my name is Joel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Stop me, I'm all the way up.